Hey guys, this is the last Jedi's review. The day has come to talk about this movie. I saw this movie last Wednesday and I uploaded a video on Thursday in Spanish about the experience of going to the movie and my first reactions after seeing the movie. So this movie is pretty straightforward. It happens, I think, just minutes after The Force Awakens. It starts right there, and then I'm not going to say what the movie is about because I think it's difficult to talk about it without spoiling anything. So I'm just going to use the word that I used in my first observation of the movie, and it's that it's very interesting. Why is it very interesting? Well, I think it changes a lot for this franchise. I think not that it's going to go in unknown ways, and it might, but I think it changes our preconception of what Star Wars is and what these characters should be like and what they should do and how they should behave, and all of that. It really changes overall. I mean, there are some things that don't change and some things that was kind of bothered maybe, but they're so little that they don't really make much importance in the grand picture, let's say. But I think it's important to say that this movie, I don't know if it's better than Empire, I don't know if it's better than whatever other movie, Star Wars movie there is, and you know, many people are very divided about their order or of how good each movie is. But I think that this movie stands on its own because it changes a lot. It just tells you, like, you have this picture, everything that you see in this picture is not going to be the same once we are done with this movie. Granted, when the movie begins and when the movie ends, you kind of feel to be in the same place, although it's slightly in a different place, but not really that much difference. But I think that's not the point of the movie. I think the point of the movie is that so many things can happen in such a small amount of time, and in such a small amount of time you can discover worlds. I mean, and not only physical worlds, but like worlds inside of your head, things that you didn't know, things that you didn't even imagine that could happen. And I'm not saying that as a viewer as a spectator, you know, of the movie, but as one of the characters. The characters discover so many great things about themselves and reveal some great things about themselves to us also, that they knew maybe, or maybe they didn't know that much, but we see them and we're like, oh my god, this is so incredible. So yes, I'm trying not to spoil the movie, but the performances all over the place are just amazing. I would start by the newcomers. Laura Dern she's a fantastic actress, and her character, at first you think one thing and at the end you think another thing, so she's amazing. I mean, I loved her character. I was in love with that character at the end of the movie. I mean, if you see her, you'll know. I mean, you see the movie, you'll know what I mean by that. She's really interesting. Rose was a nice addition. I think she's a little bit of fan service, to be honest. She's the fans in the movie, and she does things that other characters could have done, but I think for representation she's really important, and it's good to have balance in the movie, and the movie is all about balance, to be honest. So she's the woman to Finn's men, and there's Poe, and there's Leia, and there's Luke, and there's Leia too, and there's Kylo, and there's Rey. So you know, you have this balance between men and women, and that's really interesting throughout this movie, and you know, for this franchise to do that, that's very, very, very good. The only newcomer I didn't like was Benicio del Toro. His character is really, really, really weak. I mean, I really didn't like him. I don't think he was necessary to the movie. I didn't think that his performance was good at all. I mean, the only thing that it was good about him was like the costume design that they chose for the character, but I mean, besides that, I didn't really like his character. I mean, I think that he's a little bit inconsequential to the movie, and those characters just, I mean, if it's inconsequential, just don't put it there. It's that simple, and so I didn't like that. Leia, I mean, Carrie Fisher is the greatest actress in the world. I mean, I'm so sad that she's unfortunately dead and she cannot come back for the last episode, because that would have been so great. And it was announced that episode 9 was going to be all about Leia, so that it's even sadder now. And seeing her in these movies, just like, oh my god, we missed so much. But I think we gained too, because she's she's not given a proper send-off, but she's going to get a proper send-off. And this last movie of hers is just amazing. So it's great for Carrie Fisher. She has great scenes, she has great things to do, and a lot of things to do, so that's amazing. Finn, as I said in my Force Awakens review a long time ago, I say it again, I don't like Finn. I'm not a fan of Finn. I mean, Finn has played the Stormtrooper card in promoting the movie, but in the movies he never talks about his experience being a stormtrooper, but his experience being a janitor, and that's really annoying. It's so annoying because he could be so interesting, but he's really not interesting at all. It's like Captain Phasma. She's absolutely not interesting in the very least. These two characters that are supposed to confront each other, they are so weak, to be honest. I mean, Finn is a little bit stronger and he has more of an arc in this movie, so maybe he has an edge there, but Captain Phasma is like a stand-in. I mean, she could not be there, as well as Benicio del Toro, to be honest, so it's kind of annoying. The biggest players, of course, Kylo Ren. Adam Driver is just magnificent in the role. I mean, at the start I was like, Adam Driver, and then I'm like, yes, Adam Driver, he's just so good, he's amazing. Daisy Ridley, I mean, the role was made for her, she's amazing in this. I hope she really gets a proper career after Star Wars, because, I mean, Murder on the Orient Express wasn't that well received, so she really needs other movies to play this awesome talent that she has. I mean, I hope so. I really hope so. And Mark Hamill is the best Luke Skywalker has ever been in a movie. I mean, he was great in the original trilogy, but in this movie he's just amazing. He's just the best thing ever. I mean, he's a great actor. He's a great voice actor, as you may know, but he's so powerful, and so he carries so much in his character, and that's very interesting for this movie. And it's all about him. I mean, this movie is about him. Force Awakens was supposed to be about Han a little bit, and this movie is about him, and he really takes it all. I mean, you cannot ignore Luke, you cannot see this movie without thinking of Luke first, and that's very interesting. I think it's a very good thing for Star Wars to focus on the main characters of the original trilogy, and it's just amazing to see Mark Hamill just take it all to new heights in this franchise. As for other things in this movie, of course, the visual effects are amazing. I mean, there's a scene special, you will know when you see it, that is just amazing. It's beautiful. And the sound plays a part, and the music, and it's wow. I mean, it's really incredible what they did with the combination of everything. I mean, people think that sound is one thing and music is one thing and photography is another thing. No, you can mix them together. When they are well mixed, they're just beautiful. And in this scene that I'm talking about, you'll know when you see it. It's an action scene, let's say. It's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. All of this also plays in the lightsaber duels. Really well done. I mean, I don't know if it's one of the best lightsaber duels, people are saying that, but it's up there. I mean, it's really good. You'll know which one I'm referring to when you see the movie, but it's really good. It's really interesting too. As I said, the music is great, the sound design is just gorgeous. I mean, it's beautiful. The costume design is okay. I don't know. I mean, Star Wars has taken this weird path on costume design, and it's fine. The art direction is amazing. I mean, everything about this movie is so on point, and the direction of Rian Johnson, he really took this to another level. I mean, you saw for Ragnarok and what Taika Waititi did with that movie. This is what Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi. He did something completely different. He went in an all other route that no one was expecting him to. And that's amazing, because these movies, huge franchise movies, have to take new paths, have to go somewhere else, because they cannot be the same movie over and over again. That was a criticism with The Force Awakens. I'm one of the people that says that The Force Awakens is very weak because it's a copy of Episode 4. But this one stands on its own. If you fear this is like Empire, it's not like Empire at all. I mean, there's like one scene that you're like, oh, Empire, but the other scenes are like nothing like that. I mean, it's a whole new thing, and I think every person that goes to see this movie is going to be with their jaw on their lap, basically, because it's so amazing. And even if you're a casual Star Wars fan, you will enjoy this movie. I think even if you haven't read the comics or the books or whatever, you will really enjoy this movie because it's really, really interesting, really great. It has a lot of great things. It has weak points. Movies always have weak points, and I think they have few, like I said, some performances, some technical aspects that are not that interesting. Some story aspects too, because they take the story a little bit too far and you're like, okay, I'm getting distracted. And the movie is quite long. I felt it was longer. When I came out of the theater, I was like, okay, this was like 4 hours, and it was 2 hours and 30 minutes, I think. So it's long, but it's a good long, let's say. So just go and see this movie. Last Jedi is playing now in every single country in the world, so you don't have an excuse to not see the movie. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this review. Please like this video or dislike it if you didn't agree with what I said. Please share this video on social media. Comment down below what you think of The Last Jedi, if you have seen it, or what are you expecting of this movie if you haven't seen it. And please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye.